take that away from me. The way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away. They can't take that away. They can't take that away from me.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Following the introductory video that I did last week, there were a few questions about the golden South Sea pearls that I featured in that video, in particular the champagne gold which I am wearing today. So in answer to your question, I've decided to come up with this video. If you are new here, thank you for joining me today. My name is Eileen and my channel's name is called The Pearl Atelier. So as I mentioned in that video, the South Sea pearls is the most famous for the golden South Sea pearls. But that color is really solid gold in tone, so it has a very strong yellow tone, and this is exactly why I prefer the champagne gold color, because it's much more flattering to our skin tone. So as I mentioned before, when you talk about the South Sea pearls, when you talk about the white pearls, you think automatically of the Mikimoto pearls. It's like the Rolls Royce of the pearls world. When you think about the black pearls, the black Tahitian pearls automatically comes into mind, which is like the Porsche of the pearl world. But when you think about the South Sea pearls, it's exactly like the Ferrari of the pearl world, because it comes in every hue and color there is. So when you want to select a good quality pearl, you first have to look at the luster of the pearl. The more lustrous it is, that is exactly why it's much more pricier. Why? Because it's been left in the shell for more than the 3 years minimum requirement for a regular pearl. A regular pearl takes up to 3 years before the pearl farmer can select the pearl and remove it from inside of the shell. If after 3 years the pearl farmer decides to leave the pearl longer in the shell, he can do so, and that is exactly why it can take more years, and therefore it allows more nacre to form around the nucleus of the pearl. That is why some pearls are more pricier. And then you look at the shape of the pearl as well. So mine is very round in shape. So when you talk about pearls, there are some goldsmith shops in my hometown, for instance, which carries pearls on the side. They are the experts in gold. So I have found out that a lot of ladies who buy from them, they will automatically assume and think that the pearls that is in a goldsmith shop are of a good quality. What they didn't realize is that the pearls is not of such a good quality. Sometimes it's not even seawater pearls. So it's not that these ladies are not able to afford better pearls. It's just that they are not maybe aware of it. So some of them end up buying pearls that is in a donut shape. So what happens is that actually having that beautiful round pearl being squashed into a donut shape, and you have it around your neck, is not very flattering, because it makes your neck look more shorter and stouter than usual. So please ensure that when you are purchasing pearls, that it is of a round shape like the one that I have. For this pearl as well is blemish free. It's quite difficult to get pearls that is exactly blemish free, because all pearls have got some sort of a small sometimes they have some pit marks or some growth on it. Even the most expensive pearls, if you look at some of their jewelry advertisements, you can see some pit marks on it. That is natural. So it's very difficult to get a blemish free pearl. And also the weight of the pearl, it has to be pretty weighty in your hand, because the longer the pearl is left in the shell, the more layers of nacre is going to form, and therefore it's going to be more lustrous. That is exactly why a good quality pearl is more heavier than a poorer quality pearl, which is very light and almost porous. So if you have been following my channel, you will know that I have a lifelong love affair with pearls, and it has taken me nearly 2 decades in order to acquire this pearl. I have had the champagne colored pearls in my collection before, just in a simple like a pearl earrings and pendant, but not in a choker like this, because it's very difficult to acquire the same pearls of exactly the same color, exactly the same shape, exactly the same luster, and combine it together into a necklace. And so I hope that this answers your question. So this color, the champagne gold color, I myself, truthfully speaking, was not aware of this till about a few years back, because I thought it was of a cream color, but now I realize it's actually falling under the golden South Sea pearls category, and this is the champagne gold color, which I always think is much more complementary to our skin tone, because as Asians we have more of a yellow undertone, and therefore I would stay away from a solid gold color. And for this one, you can see that it's quite substantial in size. It's between 13.5 to 14 mm, so it's quite substantial in size. But even so, you can see that I'm wearing with a daytime dress. I've chosen a very muted gray color with a sprinkling of yellow flowers to enhance the color of the champagne gold of the necklace. And you can see that I'm not wearing any other embellishments. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions pertaining to this particular pose, do comment down below and I will be more than happy to get back to you. If you are interested to know more about pearls, I've done other videos. I'm going to be linking them towards the end of the video, so you can browse through them at your leisure. If you've liked this video, be sure to like, share and subscribe so that I can have the pleasure of your company for my upcoming videos. Till then, I'll see you again, and this is Eileen signing off from the Pearl Atelier. Goodbye.